Hootenavy.
And he don't mean hootenanny.
Because Hootenavy is a hootenanny that went to sea. Listen.
This is Ralph Emery, friends, welcoming you to Hootenavy and hoping you'll spend this next quarter hour with us. Your United States Navy and Naval Reserve are inviting all-time favorites from the world of country and western music. You'll be hearing them in person on Hootenavy. Now, let's hear a Navy welcome for our special guest star. Here she is, Skeeter Davis. Skeeter, I've been meaning to ask you, what was life like in Dry Ridge, Kentucky?
Where I was born, Ralph? Why, it was right pleasant. Like I told you once, it was a real small town, and so was Wet Ridge.
Wet Ridge? Where's that?
Oh, that's the same town. We just changed the name when it rained.
Well, I guess that was one of those towns where everyone was even friends with the phone operator.
What phone? I told you it was small. We didn't need a phone. We just used 2 jar lids and a piece of string. Once, I remember, the string came unraveled, and we had a party line.
Well, it hardly leaves much chance for romance.
Well, there was one problem, really. The town was so small that when I was holding hands, the boy was always in the next town.
Skeeter, what about the hand you're holding now?
Give me your hand, Ralph, and I'll sing it to you.
You're making me blush. My face is all blue.
You mean red, don't you?
Well, not on a Navy show. Sing, Skeeter.
I can't forget the first time that I kissed you. It's the sweetest feeling I have ever known. But I'm afraid someday I'll have to lose you, and you'll leave the hand you're holding all alone. Did God mean I could keep you for a lifetime, or did he mean for just a year or two? If it's meant that I should have to lose you, then what's these hands you're holding gonna do? If you don't want me, I won't try to keep you, but there's just the smallest chance you may be wrong. Until you're sure, I hope you'll never let go of the hand that you've been holding for so long.
Skeeter Davis saluting the Navy in her own special style. Grant Turner, I know you've got a style all your own when it comes to Navy talk.
Yes, my favorite kind of talk, Ralph. Now, here's a sample. You know, by the time a young man graduates from high school, he's been hitting those books for about 12 years. Now, I guess that entitles him to something special. And it seems the Navy agrees with me because a high school diploma makes a man eligible to become a part of our great Navy team. Now, there's more there than meets the ear when you stop and think about it. Let's take a closer look. Going Navy means adventure, travel to all those places that were just pictures in your geography book. It means a new kind of learning the kind of trade that keeps this modern world of ours humming. It means making new friends. It means getting a chance to move up the ladder. And this is real important. It means that a man is proving to himself and his countrymen that he wants to play a part in helping keep us all free. That's what going Navy means. So I just hope those high school graduates will skedaddle over to their Navy recruiter and find out how they can join the Navy.
Oh, that Grant Turner's talking is so nice. It reminds me of my pet Pekingese after he's had his bath and dinner and sets himself up in my lap to talk to me.
Now, you got one of those talking dogs, huh?
No, I just know how to bark in his language. But I think maybe he's buried his bone in a rut, because over and over he says the same things to me.
Well, don't bark it, Skeeter. Sing it.
Shall I tell you what he says to you as he kissed you last night? I could tell it's eye for sight, and here's the reason why. He says the same things to me. He says the same things to me. And shall I tell you what he said to you as he held you so tight? Let me tell you from the start, I know it now by heart. He says the same things to me. He says the same things to me. But I know that it must hurt you to find his love isn't real. And if your heart is breaking, think how I must feel. Did he tell you there's no other girls, that is only love is you? If he did, that's no surprise, that's just the way he lies. He says the same things to me. He says the same things to me.
There's Skeeter Davis telling her story of He Says the Same Things to Me. That's the only Skeeter in Nashville with an honorary degree as a kennel mother.
Now, you're making a lot of fun, Ralph, but I have a howl of a recipe I use for my dog on special occasions. It's called cat burgers.
Skeeter, you're whistling through my whiskers.
Well, I'd love to, but you haven't heard about Dodie yet.
Dodie who?
Dodie Davis, that's my darling dove.
A dove? You really have a pet dove?
I sure do, but I am kind of worried about Dodie, though. Can you think of any reason why a dove would be afraid of everything?
Well, maybe she's chicken.
I might make you a pet after that egg you just laid.
Let's make it an even dozen and have the boys spin off a tune right here.
Why don't we have Pete Drake play his original, For Pete's Sake? For Pete's sake, play it, Pete.
Completing with our ship's bells here on Hootenavy, that was Pete Drake with an original called For Pete's Sake. Now, Grant Turner. There's a name that rings a bell.
Well, I certainly hope it sounds out loud and clear, 'cause I want one and all to pay close attention. Most young men take a real pleasure in planning their future as part of the Navy team. They know that when they go Navy, they're not only serving their country, but promising themselves a real good future. The Navy likes to reward dedicated service with lots of chances for advancement. And one of those first rewards is almost automatic. It comes with the pride a man feels when he serves his country the Navy way. The Navy invites all of you high school graduates to serve your flag. And if you insist on a formal invitation, go on down to your Navy recruiter's office and pick one up. Incidentally, don't be surprised if you run into some of your friends there. They're just as anxious to be part of the Navy team serving our country. So let me sum it up in 2 words. Go Navy. Well, that's the message, Ralph.
Well, thanks again, Grant. Skeeter Davis, you haven't said anything about your pet giraffe yet.
Now, Ralph, you're sticking your neck way out there. I wouldn't have a giraffe. Can't you just see me offering a giraffe some delicious little tidbit and saying, sit up?
Well,
No, sir, friend. I'd rather have some silver threads and golden needles.
I think you're sneaking in a song cue there, Skeeter.
In fact, I am. I don't want your lonely mansion with a tear in every room. All I want's a love you promised beneath the haloed moon. But you think I should be happy with your money and your name, and hide myself in sorrow while you play your cheating game. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine, and I dare not drown my sorrow in the warm glow of your wine. But you think I should be happy with your money and your name, and hide myself in sorrow while you play your cheating game. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine, and I dare not drown my sorrow in the warm glow of your wine. You can't buy my love with money, for I never was that kind. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine.
Well, there you have Skeeter Davis making everybody happy with her song Silver Threads and Golden Needles. Let's hear a country farewell for Skeeter Davis. This is Ralph Emery, neighbors, offering the Navy's thanks to Skeeter Davis for joining us here on Hootenavy. We hope you'll be back with us. In the meantime, give a nod of thanks to this radio station for making it possible for us all to get together. Waiting to visit us on coming Hootenavies are country and western favorites like Webb Pierce, Ray Price, Roy Drusky, Ferlin Husky, Tex Ritter, and many more. So until the next time, friends, remember, you're always welcome at your Navy or Naval Reserve recruiters. That's where you find out how you can join the Navy.